Are you in a very remote area where you can't access a salon, you can't access a loctician, you can't even access a retightening tool? Or maybe you can't afford to buy one. Today, I got you because I'm introducing a tool that I've been using since 2013. And I'll be giving you all about how it came to be, what I was going through, and we will be talking about all that. Welcome to my channel. My name is Flongugi, and I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome as we explore the discussion we have today. Now, back in the year 2013, I went to work in Saudi Arabia in a contract of 2 years. I was working as a house manager. And back then, as I was preparing to go, I decided to braid my hair. I did the long braids, okay? Now, on getting there, I realized that you can't access a salon. You can't go out to a salon. You can't, you don't have the tool to use. You don't have a blow dryer. Back then, my hair was loose. But then now, after braiding the braids, getting there, it was very hot. The climate there is very hot. And it caught me unaware because I did not know what to do. I could not survive with those braids because of the heat. And so I decided to undo the hair. On undoing the hair, I left my hair to remain that way without, detangling, without combing out my hair. And so those locks formed just the way they were plaited. And I was washing my hair every weekend because I could not stand the heat, and the sweating. So after washing my hair for some time, I decided to do some research to know how I will survive in that place because everyone who is working there, hello, my fellow Gadamas, everyone who is working there knows that the rules there are very tight. You can't keep your hair, open. You must cover your hair throughout. You can't go to a salon in many home states. When you get there, you you are given rules to stay at home, not going out, especially alone. If you're going out, you're going with the family out. You don't have, freedom. You're very much tight on the rules there. So I did some research to learn and to know how I will survive with my hair out there. Now, doing the research, I found out about the interlocking, okay? I learned the interlocking on YouTube. I was following a lady called Tunisia Ali. She's still there. Hi, Tunisia. Yeah, you inspired me about starting my microlocks and my locks, the ones that I had before and even these ones, okay? Now, after doing the research about the interlocking, I learned how to do it. And so that was my almost 6th month. And so my locks were already formed because I was washing my hair every weekend. So after my locks forming, I decided to look on how I'll be retightening my growth because a growth of 5 months is a very big growth. And out there my hair was growing very strong and beautiful because I was applying their oil. I was applying their oil, their cooking oil, their olive, the cold pressed one. I was applying on my hair. Okay, the mom who I was living with, she was a grandmother, and she bought me amla oil. Okay, so I was applying my hair natural oils, and my hair was growing massively. I would apply oil and then massage my scalp in the evening before bed. And now with the washing, every weekend washing, and without detangling, now that my locks were formed. And now I was looking for a way to retighten my growth, okay? Now, I did not have a tool back then. And now in my 6th month, I was very stressed because I left my family back home. And now is my 6th month and I had never left my family to go to another country to work. So I was in a very, I was stressed. There's no freedom out there. You can't leave the homestead. You can't go out. Okay, there are no greens out there. There are just buildings and sand and all that. Those who have traveled to those countries, the Arab countries, knows what I'm talking about. So it was stressing, and the heat. The heat is too much. So one day, as I was seated in my room and I was gazing at the window, there was a curtain. I still remember the color of that curtain. It was a blue curtain in my room, and I noticed a pin which was attached on that pin, on that curtain. And I went there and looked at the pin. Now, what I can say is God gave me this idea, because I don't know where the idea came from. And I decided to use it to tighten my hair. So I took the pin, and in that evening, I decided to use the pin, the safety pin. That is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this pin, okay? The safety pin, the normal one you see everywhere, okay? Now, that pin had the coiling. You know the coiling it has around here. It has some coiling here, right? So it was coiled here. And so I decided to use it on my hair. I took one of the locks, okay, attached the pin and did the interlocking. Now this part was coiled, as you can imagine how the safety pin is without this modification, okay? Now, after doing my interlocking, after finishing doing the work, it did a very good job. But my hair remained stuck in this coil here, and removing it was very hectic. It disturbed me so much. So what did I do? I thought about straightening that part which was coiled. And so I decided to straighten the wire, undoing the coil. And that's how I came up with this pin. And after undoing the coiling, this is what you get. You get this pin like this. There's no coiling here. And doing it is very simple. It takes less than 5 minutes, because you only uncoil that part. Okay, I have a bigger pin here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is the part that is coiled. You just uncoil the part, straighten, and then, okay, have it this way, straight, like it is right now. And then after this, you just approximate where the center is, and you coil the pin like that. Okay, now after coiling, you adjust this part, okay, and do that way. And that is how the tool is formed. Okay, now after doing this, the pin I had was smaller than this one. It was the small pin, the one that we use in, in clothing. It was smaller than this one. And I did not have any other pin except that one. And it used to get lost. It's small. And so after finishing doing my retightening, or even when I'm doing my retightening, it would fall in my beddings and I would look for it for hours. Okay, so when I got back here, I decided to buy this one. There's this, the medium, and then this big, and there's a smaller one. So with the experience I have, I prefer this one, the medium size. This is the best, because it's not that small, and you can use it. It's also stronger. It's also thick and stronger. So it does not get very loose. As you can see, this one, it's very loose. Okay. So this one is better because it's stronger and it's bigger in size. So it's the one I've been using for all those years I've been having locks since 2013. Okay, now after modifying this pin, this is what I used in Saudi Arabia to retighten my hair. And me coming back home, my locks were this length. They were very long and beautiful. And I've been using this pin since 2013, and I've been having locks. I had the thick locks that I formed in Saudi Arabia. I came back home, okay, stayed with them for quite some time, and then shaved my hair. Okay, after shaving my hair, I did the plaiting for quite some time, and then that's when I started this hair. Okay, now this pin, as you can see and as you know, it's very readily available. You can get it from anywhere, any shop near you. There's this pin. Okay, so if you're in a remote area, this is the solution you have. If you're in Saudi Arabia, I'm talking to all women and men who are working in Saudi Arabia. You don't have the wax, you don't have the tool, you can't access the salon, or maybe you want to be economical, you want to do things yourself, like I do. Okay, use this pin. It's very cheap and very safe for your scalp. Now, what are the advantages of this pin? Okay, as I have used it and as my experience have proved. Okay, now this pin is available everywhere. Okay, this pin is very cheap, as you can see. This pin is easy to modify. You do it in less than 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, modification takes less than 5 minutes of your time. Yeah, you can use it in all kind of locks. Okay, you can use it to retighten all kind of locks. You can use it in sister locks, micro locks, the thick locks. Okay, yeah, you can use it in all kind of locks. And the last importance of this pin, and the very important factor, if you have sensitive scalp like mine, you will be very lucky to use this pin. Why do I say so? Because this pin does not tighten your retightening is not done very tightly. As you can see, it has some space here, right? So this space is left on your scalp. Your scalp will not be very pressured when doing the retightening. Okay, so there is a gap that will be left, a gap of growth. And by that gap, if you have a sensitive scalp like me, what will happen is you will not experience the inching that comes with retightening our hair. Like for me, I don't experience that inching. I used to scratch my head, but using this pin has helped me. And now I cannot lose hair, because when you retighten your hair very tightly, my sisters and my brothers, and after retightening, that inching comes. For the people with sensitive scalp like mine, that inching comes. And when it comes, what you do, when you scratch your scalp and your hair is tightly retightened, you definitely will lose hair. Okay, so what is this pin doing? It is helping us curb hair loss, and that is why I prefer this pin, and I'm advocating this pin to you, because you'll just buy it in the shop near you. You can even buy a bunch. Okay, $1, maybe you'll have a bunch of pins, and you will modify them, put them somewhere in your closet, so you'll be getting one. If in case you misplace one, you'll be using the other one. Okay, now the other important thing is, I've been using this tool on my customers and my clients. I've been using it to retighten their microlocks and their locks. So I'm talking about a pin that is working. Okay, and I decided to share with you because I know there are ladies out there who have locks and they don't know what to do. Kindly use this pin because it will be of great help to you. Now, this comes with what is said about microlocks. You know, when you have microlocks, you have locks, you have sister locks. You have to be creative, okay? And by being creative, I mean, if you don't have this option, if you don't have a way out, you try to figure out how else you can do things. If you find this pin helpful, especially the ladies in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Dubai, Lebanon, all of those girls who are working very hard out there, struggling a lot, going through a lot, and still persevering, I'm talking to you. Use this pin and you'll come back home with very healthy locks. Okay? Yeah. Now, If you find this video helpful, hit that like button and stick around because we have more to share and more to learn together. I love you all, and always, trust God in everything. Don't stress yourself. Even if you're out there working, things are not okay in the ground, people out here can know what you're going through, but you yourself knows what you're going through. If you're working in those Arab countries, okay? Trust in God, okay? Yeah, read your Bible online if you don't have a physical one. Trust in Him. You will overcome whatever you're going through. You will overcome because we are trusting in that God. I went there for 3 years. I stayed for 3 years and I came back, and I did not go back because the family I was working for was not very accommodative. I did not like the environment, and so I decided to stay. So if you're working out there, work hard. God will help you. Come back, invest, and let's trust in God because He's the author and the finisher of our faith, right? Yeah, I love you all, and stick around for another video. Bye-bye.